Welcome back to the channel, Trophy Hunter. How's everybody doing today? Today I wanted to take a look at Saints Row 3 and put together a trophy roadmap for that game, considering we've just had the release of Saints Row 3 Remastered and the trophy lists have just gone live to confirm exactly what's included. I wanted to do a video wrap up of exactly what you're going to need to do to get the Platinum Trophy in that game. Let's take a look. Alright guys, so as I said at the top, this is going to be a quick trophy roadmap video for Saints Row the 3rd, showing you exactly what you need to do to get the Platinum Trophy. Like all my roadmap videos, we're going to show you exactly what's required and how difficult it is, and we're going to try and keep things spoiler free. Well, spoiler free as much as we can. So the trophy difficulty for this one is a 3 out of 10. It's the same as it was on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Fundamentally, the trophy list is exactly the same, things haven't changed, except it is missing one trophy. It's going to take you around 35 hours to platinum the game, which is exactly on par with what it was on previous generation consoles. This version of the game has no online trophies because they've removed the only online trophy in the game. So there was a trophy in the PS3 and Xbox 360 version called Jumped In, and that trophy has been removed for this version of the game. Thankfully, because that trophy is actually unattainable on the PS3 version as well now, given that the servers have been shut off for that game, unfortunately. So it's good that that's been removed and now we don't have to worry about that happening for the PS4 version. But that basically means that we're one trophy less, otherwise everything else is exactly the same. There's still 2 missable trophies, the same as there was last time around. They're technically not missable because you can use chapter select to go back to them, but it means you can't do them all in one single playthrough. You have to go back to those particular chapters to unlock those 2 trophies. But there's prompts on when that will happen. Actually, I'll go into it now. Essentially, there's 2 points in the game where you have to make a decision and you choose A or B. It doesn't fundamentally affect too much in the game, but you get a trophy depending on which path you choose. So there's 2 sections of the game where you choose when you make a choice, and there's 4 trophies associated with that. 1 for one choice and 1 for the other choice, and then the same for later in the game. So you just have to go back and replay those choices again to get those trophies. There's no difficulty trophies in this one, so you can play through on the easiest difficulty if you want and breeze through the game, and it's very easy on the easiest difficulty as well. You really only do need 1 playthrough. I guess you kind of count 2 because you do have to replay those sections of the game again, so it's like 1 and a bit because you have to play the end of those couple of acts to unlock those alternate choice trophies. There is chapter select, and there are stacks as well. So there's a European release of this, a US release of this, and then there's a German release as well, which I believe is censored in some way. So that's essentially your roadmap for the game, exactly what's required. It's not a very challenging one. This one should be a pretty straightforward platinum for most people. And if you've played it before, then you know exactly what's required this time around as well. So the 3 simple steps to platinum. And I've tried to lay these out in a way that I think makes sense. That's the easiest way or the easiest path to platinum, but it might not be the same for everybody. This is just kind of my recommendation. So the first step is for completing the main story, making sure that you also work on side missions and city takeovers. That's going to save you a ton of time later if you just keep making sure you're doing those side missions and city takeovers, because you essentially have to do 100% of side missions and 100% of city takeovers to get the platinum. So just slowly chipping away at it, I think, is worthwhile doing. The other thing you can do during this step is the collectibles, because you also do need all the collectibles. Ultimately, you can choose to do those side things later in the game during cleanup, but doing it while you're playing the main game is probably just going to make it more enjoyable for you and less grindy at the end. As I mentioned before, so there's 2 choices in the game that have trophies attached to them. So step 2 is replaying those 2 particular missions. The missions are the Belgian problem and 3-way, and essentially at the end of those missions you make a choice, A or B, and you'll get a trophy for A and then make a choice for B. So replay those missions to get those 2 trophies, and then finally it's cleanup. Step 3 is just completing all instances of side missions, challenges and city takeovers, as well as finding all remaining collectibles using a collectible guide. If you've already done that in step 1, then you've probably already got the platinum at this point. But that's essentially it for all the trophies. There are some miscellaneous trophies that you'll probably want to do cleanup for during that step as well. Kill-based trophies, specific trophies for how you get into a car, things like that. Pretty straightforward stuff, things that you'll probably accumulate from just playing the game anyway. And if you have a look through the trophy list while you're playing it, you'll be able to knock off some of those miscellaneous things, but none of them will be missable per se. I know that once you've finished all the city takeovers and missions and stuff like that, it is harder to find enemies to spawn in for the kill-based trophies, so maybe have a look at those kill-based trophies earlier on in your playthrough to ensure that you've kind of figured out what you need to do for those first, so that when enemies are more scarce later in the game, you don't have to worry as much. Normally in these guides, I like to have a section around notable trophies, and I've just kind of left it blank here because I don't think there's anything that's like of note. The only things to really point out is, one, the online trophy from the PS3 has been removed, so you no longer need to do jumped in, which is good. It means you don't have to worry about servers. That kind of helps, I guess, straight off the bat. And then the other ones is the 2 trophies I've already mentioned for completing the alternate choices for the Belgian problem and 3-way. As long as you've done all of that, there's really nothing else that I think is worth calling out in any specific way or of any relevance. I think I'd just be prolonging the length of this video if I did. So that's essentially it. That's the Platinum roadmap and walkthrough for the game, or Platinum roadmap and steps to Platinum for the game. Hopefully this one's helpful for you guys. Let me know if it was. Let me know if you're gonna be playing Saints Row. I like these games. These games are really cool. Saints Row 3 was one of the better ones as well. I think it's probably better than Saints Row 4. It was more grounded and it was just a great game. But yeah, let me know if you guys are going to be checking this one out, and hopefully this guide was helpful for you. If it was, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also smash that subscribe button down below because it needs a good smashing. It hasn't been smashed in days. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.